systems are a go.
Confirming all systems are a go. Launching the podcast.
3, 2, 1.
This is Hello from Mars.
All right. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hello from Mars. What's the matter? You've got a look on your face.
Morgan said Mike wanted to know if I was home. I'm like, why? Please don't come over.
This is what happens when you're divorced. Anyway, welcome to a brand new episode. Jessica is back. And we need to dive into Jamie Lynn Britney drama because the getting is just getting good.
It's gold.
Oh my goodness.
So much gold.
I love, like, I'll just be minding my business and all of a sudden it's just
I
like,
sent you so much.
bloop, bloop, bloop. I mean, so much TikTok gold.
Oh, the Target.
That may have been my favorite.
Calling Jamie Lynn out for what she is.
That may have been my favorite. So for what people don't maybe understand, or if you're a normal human and you don't pay attention to this kind of stuff, is that Jamie Lynn, Britney's little sister, has gone and released this book of, is it supposed to be her memoirs?
Yes, she actually posted something this morning. I should have been more prepared.
What kind of memoirs does this girl have?
Where she says she's telling her story, but she uses Britney's name
over and over and over
something
again.
Like 216 times in a 218 page book.
That's a lot of Britney.
Something like that. My numbers might have been skewed, but the percentage is there.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing is, like, this is supposed to be her book and it's supposed to be her story. And all of a sudden it's really just about Britney. That's what it comes down to. So much, in fact, that Britney had her lawyer send a cease and desist because of all the promotion that has been happening with this book, because her name keeps getting brought up. What were you trying to find?
Something about her thanking everybody for letting her share her story or something. It was like some long, I can't even stand looking at her face. It's mean. I know.
It's okay. Things I should have said is what the title is now.
Well, she claims that's what the title always was.
No,
it was not ever.
No.
What was?
I must confess.
Yes.
I must confess my loneliness. But then that's what we were saying initially here is one of the TikToks Jess has sent me is basically Target called Jamie Lynn out without even probably realizing that they called her out, because it's the little SKU number that it goes underneath the book that says the price and everything and description of whatever it is.
And the title of the book.
And the title of the book by Jamie Lynn Spears, I Must Confess.
Yep.
I know you changed the title of the book.
That was never the title.
Really?
That was a mishap that happened where that was just something they put kind of for no one to really grab reference of my book or anything. And then somehow or another it was leaked. That was actually my book title.
They don't just pull that out of nowhere.
No, it doesn't just get printed.
It doesn't just happen. Target wasn't like, oh, we're going to pull one over on Jamie Lynn. Oh, she thinks that she's so coy. No.
I wish that somebody behind the scenes was like super team Britney.
I know, they're just like
so we're going to name this now.
And they're just typing out, which honestly, now that I've worked in retail, that actually might be a thing. That may have actually,
that would be.
We need to go to Target and see if ours actually says that too, because I just
I'm
know.
always down for a Target. Guess where I'm going right after here.
Because, like, seriously, when I was working at Lowe's briefly, that was one of the things near the end of my time there. Like, we were putting stuff back on the shelves and I would have to go and I'd have to scan things. And I think I did, maybe I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I had the capability, like changing the price or like a name. So that might have been Team Britney, bitch.
I'm going to Target when we leave here.
Because, her name was being brought up so much. There has been this cease and desist, but all of a sudden she was like popping up and doing interviews. And it was so frustrating because she really was like full on drama queen.
She wasn't even, she was crying, but like,
find the tear.
Yeah.
There's no tears. I know I could do this too. Oh my God. I'm so sad. So sad about Britney. And
my favorite thing is when, so listen, I get that Britney's in the news all the time. Everybody wants to know about Britney. Britney is free.
Do they all want a piece of her?
But I feel like if this is Jamie Lynn telling her story and wants the chance to tell her story when asked about Britney, it should have been, if it truly wasn't about Britney.
Right. It should have been, I'm
I'm-
gonna let my sister tell her story when she's ready.
Yes.
This is my
not, yes,
moment.
this is not about Britney. This is about,
This is not
me.
about Britney, bitch. This is about
you
me.
would think, but it's
It's about Britney, bitch.
about Britney.
So I also like throughout the interviews that were coming out, it's like different little nuggets kept coming. And it's like the breakup that never ends with Britney and Justin, because she started talking about that too. And it's like, where does Justin Timberlake is probably somewhere in LA right now going, what the hell?
I can't get enough flack.
I have stayed out of the public eye. I have apologized to
She-
Britney and Janet, and it's just
Breaking
giving.
news.
I know.
Brittany was really sad when they broke up.
You
breaking
don't
news.
say.
We all
But
were.
but apparently so was Jamie Lynn at what? 8 years old? How old was
Was she-
she? It was
was it-
20 years ago. It was 22 years ago. She
I
was
think
probably like
12.
whatever.
Well, 'cause
12.
there was the whole post about the chocolate milkshakes with the special sugar. And Brittany didn't get those.
Right. That's right. I remember. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
I
But
want to know what that special sugar
so
is. though.
so Jamie Lynn makes this whole breakup about how she felt. Like that was her version of telling her
because
story.
Justin was the biggest, strongest
Fatherly
father
role model.
figure
Yeah.
in her little 12. Was she sleeping over their house? Did
I
they even
don't
have a
know.
house together?
No, they didn't. I don't think so. They were like 19. Like
I also saw this really interesting TikTok from a like child psychologist therapist person who was trying to explain parentification and infantilization. So
you're
that
using some big
so
words.
basically,
Who are you?
English is my thing.
It's not
Have you
mine.
played Wordle? I'm so good at
Oh
it. Anyway,
God, don't get on the Wordle
oh,
wagon.
so
Awful.
choo choo.
Oh, chugga
That
chugga.
was a train.
I know.
Anyway, back on track.
The choo choo track.
Yes.
Sorry.
So basically, Brittany was
You lost it. It's
no,
gone.
no. Then I started thinking about
That
how
train of thought too. Just went,
No, because
well, it's gone.
I was making a really good point about Brittany, and then I
Infantilization.
I felt bad for Michael Jackson
Yeah.
because I feel like he took a lot of flack growing up about how he's a grown man and he's doing all of these childlike things.
Yeah, but he lost his childhood.
exactly.
Jamie Lynn did not lose
No,
her
this is
childhood.
she's the
If
intellect
anything, Britney lost everything.
right. So Brittany was the child that was parentified.
okay.
So she was forced to grow up
Mhm.
faster. She was supporting her family.
Yes.
She was taking care of her little sister.
Mhm.
So she was taking on more of a parenting role.
Right.
Where then Jamie
Breadwinner.
Lynn never really grew up. She was always the baby.
She was stunted.
Yes.
Her
so she
growth was stunted and Britney was
infantilized,
rapid. Okay.
And Brittany was parentified. Parentification.
Cool.
Parentification.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep saying it enough. I didn't send you that TikTok.
Not maybe, but you sent me so many.
So
and like,
many.
I'm sorry, I was asleep for some of them. So and my brain doesn't work very well these days. So
I have insomnia.
and
I don't sleep.
yeah, well, that's why I get
Fixing
TikToks
my
at
shoe,
2:00 in the morning. So yeah, I mean, like just watching Jamie Lynn try to do any of these interviews, because she was also on some other podcast,
Oh.
Daddy, whatever.
Call her daddy.
That, yeah,
What is
I
what?
I don't know, but they get lots of views. I only get like 5. It's fine.
I don't think I want to know how much money that girl had to pay, but Spotify paid a good chunk of money for her. I had never heard of her prior to this interview.
Oh, really?
Nope. And I refused to go on to Spotify. No offense to Spotify. I refused to go on to watch it because I just felt like if I did that, that was giving.
Oh, I haven't actually gone and watched any of the
Oh
interviews.
no, I let the girls on TikTok do it.
Right, I've only
They even
seen.
say I've watched this so you don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched clips that I see,
Yep.
and that's how I can
I'm not
full
giving
on.
them streams.
I can full on judge Jamie Lynn from there, from the back seat, because I don't want to support that.
Nope.
That's why I'm not
I'm
going to
not
go out
reading
and
the
buy the
book.
book either. Nope, it's not
And I
happening.
can't go take it out of the library because I owe them a lot of money.
How do you mess that up?
You don't bring things.
bring it back. That's all. That's literally all you have to do with a library is take out the book
Pretty
and
sure I
bring
have, like,
it back.
I'm pretty sure I have like the Blue Bloods season 1 DVD set from the library from like
That-
9 years ago.
That is embarrassing.
No, but I think in November you can bring canned goods in, like 1 canned good for every overdue thing, and they wipe it clean. I'm gonna look into that again.
You're gonna have to, and you might want to buy out the entire canned food section at Price
That's
Chopper next
right.
time.
I'm probably gonna have to.
So yeah, I love that Britney has gone and done the cease and desist. She keeps winning different things in different I don't know, legal proceedings that she's had that have kind of flown under the radar, which is nice. I feel finally the court system seems to be working in her favor, which is great. I love the different little skits she's been putting on
my
TikTok.
God, yeah.
She's like, what was it? I shit my pants. Seriously, I'm gonna put it up as long as it's still up on there. I'm gonna go ahead.
Therapist.
Yes.
where she was like,
She keeps
the
doing
skits.
these little therapist skits and clearly has gone to therapy, probably more than she ever has actually needed to. And so she's feeling
It's
free.
almost like she's making fun of the therapist.
Well,
Not
yeah.
all therapists. I don't
No.
think she thinks all therapy is bad.
She just thinks, I think that she did it and she didn't really need it. So
No, I think they were
here we
making
are.
up things.
Right, exactly. And I mean, they're hilarious.
It happened again, and I just shit on myself everywhere. I shit everywhere. And I couldn't stop it, and it's just because of the nerves of being with him, because he makes me so scared, because I just want everything to go right, and all of a sudden I just let go, and I just shit everywhere.
I
It's
shit
fine.
myself.
That was so
It was so funny.
What? Know what else I wanted to tell you? And this is very pertinent because of the listeners here. I feel like a lot of people look at Britney's posts and read them
And think she's batshit?
and think she's bad
Yeah.
shit. But there's this girl on TikTok, I forget her name. She's from the South. She lives in the South. And so she now has this whole TikTok series that she does that is a Southern translator for Britney's
Oh
posts.
my God.
And she reads that. Oh my gosh.
Don't fall.
I'm all excited.
I know, God.
So she reads them as a Southerner, and
They make sense.
they make sense. They make sense.
Oh my God.
I flew home to Jamie Lynn on the couch watching her TV shows right after Justin and I broke up. I was a ghost there. I had worked my whole life and I didn't know how to be served by mama. I sit there and get served the chocolate milkshakes with the perfectly crushed ice with the secret chunky sugar. Meanwhile, Jamie Lynn is 12. She indulges with the TV for hours, then goes to lay out on a raft at the pool. I'm in shock because this was never my life.
Oh my God. You got to send me her so I
I'm
can
gonna have
watch her
to find.
TikTok.
I'm gonna find it.
Because that
It makes so
sounds
much
yeah,
more-
that sounds like
You're
that's gonna be a
"Wait,
gem.
No, she's not drunk. Like she broke down the whole thing with the fever, I think.
Yeah.
And the way she read it was like, she's not crazy. She
Mm.
just types like a Southerner.
I understand. There's like a every third letter you have to use this part of the alphabet. You have to translate it.
Yes.
There's
Mhm.
there's a code.
And not just pronunciation, but like where a comma should be,
Yeah.
or there's
The
a comma.
punctuation.
Yes.
The
Mhm.
punctuation.
Yes.
Staying with, we'll say Britney's height of, popularity, or I should say when she, broke out of the scene there, late 90s, early 2000s, while we were all, oops, I did it again. That was really difficult to say. We were also doing certain things in our teenhood, and that was watching a lot of teen dramas, or at least I was.
Knock, knock.
And what?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Britney Spears.
No, I sent you that.
Knock, knock. You just sent it to me.
Who's there? Oops, I did it again. Ah.
I was making a
No.
joke to you. I didn't realize you sent it to me.
That's like our entire text chain is Britney related
I'm
stuff.
only drinking water.
I
for the
know,
First time
my
ever on this
God.
podcast.
And you still so teen dramas and boy bands, those were the height of late 90s, early 2000s.
My prime.
So I want to get into, we'll do the teen drama aspect of this first. And
Okay.
I did put a poll up on all the social media accounts. So there were a bunch of people that did partake in this, and I will put the final tallies on here. But just to give you an idea of some of the shows that popped up, because I will tell you the difference between teen drama and like you came down the stairs today, you're like, oh, Boy Meets World.
Loved that show.
That's a sitcom.
Okay, but towards the end,
I mean, listen, they definitely
carried on the storyline.
right. And I understand what you mean, but there was like an audience, there was a laugh
Also,
track.
if 2022 takes Mr. Feeney, I'm out. I'm gone.
I know.
Off to
I
Canada.
can't. But so, Boy Meets World, Full House, like those kind of shows that's not what I'm referring to.
yeah,
I'm
I see.
referring to like
Like a teenage soap opera.
right, like Seventh Heaven or
Yep.
The OC or 90210 or even like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was more of a teen drama, even though there were vampires involved. Dawson's Creek. Did I already mention that?
No.
One Tree Hill. Let's see what else is on here. Veronica Mars, somebody mentioned.
No.
Gilmore Girls,
Yeah.
Roswell. And I'm sure there's many others that I didn't get into that were smaller scale of things. But out of those, what do you think, if we had to give you, what would be your top one?
Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, even
Oh,
though
yeah.
we now know the dad was
Yep.
a little creepy pedophile guy?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. That doesn't ruin that show for you at all, not even a little bit.
No.
You know what I think is really
That
funny?
sounds really shitty, and I will explain myself.
Yeah,
but
it's
go
fine.
on.
You know, I think it's funny about that show because of the time period. I am like 95% sure that I remember at some point Mary Camden in her bedroom had a picture or poster of Justin Timberlake, and now they are married because it is Jessica Biel. And I think that I have tried to find it and I
didn't
can't
even
find
think
it.
I wonder if you can stream that show, because I'm
Yeah, I'm pretty
totally-
sure you
I'm
can.
down.
I'm pretty
down.
sure you can. Well, like I went and I did all of Buffy again. I'm almost done with Dawson's Creek. One Tree Hill was going to be next for me. So Seventh Heaven's going to be
I
on
don't
the
think
list
I ever
too.
watched One Tree Hill. I didn't
Oh,
watch a lot
so
of
good.
shows.
So good. But what were you going to say? What's your defense here
So-
for Seventh Heaven?
I hate to like, cancel culture is a real thing.
Yes.
Some people deserve to be canceled 100%.
The dad definitely does.
As a person.
Right.
But like, I forget his real name. It's like Steven something, I think.
Start for the C.
Anyway, the guy,
Doesn't
the
matter.
actor
It
man,
doesn't matter. The actor man.
the man,
The man.
like anybody could have played, not anybody, but like any actor could have played that role.
Mhm.
So if you just take put somebody else's face, oh, you know what's not on your list? My poor brain. So anyone can be the dad. So I don't want to take the credit away from an entire show, an entire cast. Like,
Yeah.
think of like little Ruthie, her real name's Mackenzie. Like, she grew up on that show, you know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, that was her whole childhood. Are you going to take away someone's entire childhood and everything because of like one person?
Stephen Collins.
That's his name.
Stephen Collins. Google.
I knew it was Steven something. You had the C.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I understand what you mean.
There
And
was another show I just thought about,
What
and
was
then
that?
I forgot it again.
wow, that was real
Mhm.
quick too.
Yeah.
I mean, we should rewind the tape. We'll bring it
Well,
back.
when I was like, and then I was like, my brain.
I mean, yeah, it felt like it hurt. So One Tree Hill, I mean, I fell in love with it like immediately because it revolved around basketball. I don't know why I always love basketball, but I do.
Was that the one with Chad Michael
Yeah,
Murray?
yeah. And I loved him when he was on Dawson's Creek. So when I saw him popping up on his own show, I was like, oh, I've got to watch. And their theme song was Gavin DeGraw, I Don't Want to Be. And I very much remember absolutely loving that song, that I went and I finally found out who it was, because it was difficult at the time to find out
Right, 'cause
anything.
There was
Because it was like 2002 or something. So I found out who it was. I got the CD and then looked at my concert ticket for Maroon 5, and guess who was opening up?
Gavin DeGraw.
Exactly. And hung out with him that
Wait,
night.
oh,
It was
that
really
was the-
cool.
Who was the one I think you and me were going to a show and somebody was supposed to open and then they got beat up at their bar in the city.
That's Gavin. Gavin got beat up.
Was he going to open for them again?
I don't know. Was he supposed to be there and didn't show up?
No, you and me, we went to a Maroon 5 show. It's back.
Yeah.
It was like you, me, and mom.
Okay, maybe.
And then I feel like Gavin was supposed to open, but then he canceled because
That may have been a thing.
he got
he did
got
get beat up.
mugged
Yeah,
out of-
yeah, he
like,
did.
in his own bar.
Yeah, he did. He did. But I don't, yeah.
Why did I feel like he was supposed to open?
He
for
maybe,
them?
he might have been scheduled to, but my brain doesn't work all
I don't
that
remember
well.
who opened for them now.
I-
I just remember screaming at Adam Levine to take his shirt off.
Did he oblige?
No.
No. That's surprising, actually, that he
I
didn't.
feel like he loves to do that.
He really does.
I mean, I'm sure at some point in the night he did, but not exactly.
Not when you
like-
screamed it?
Not like the first song.
So, okay, so that's your top. Is there any other ones that come to mind that you'd throw in there?
Trying to even, Party of, that's what it was.
Party of
of
Five. Yeah, that actually is a good one. I gotta
That's
write
what
that
I
on the
was trying to think, because Scott Wolf. Good old Scott.
list.
I'm so old.
You fell in love with the big family dramas is what it was.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I love Brady Bunch style stuff.
I did.
Yeah, I guess so.
I did.
I'm trying to think, like, if I'm picking, we'll say top five.
I didn't even watch five.
I might put One Tree Hill at top. And then I might put Buffy.
Didn't watch that one.
Probably Dawson's.
I did watch Dawson's Creek.
Veronica Mars, I really, really like. And then I might put 90210, but I feel like that's just a little bit of before our time.
I agree.
Because as much as I loved it, and I did have a Brandon sweatshirt when I was in like second grade. I wasn't allowed to watch the show, but I was allowed to get the sweatshirt. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. Eventually, since it was on for like 12 seasons, I was able to watch it, and I did like it, what I watched, but I just feel like that's got like that 80s vibe that I'm just not hip to.
Well, because that was early 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still, but when I think it was like 1990. Let me Google that to double check.
Morgan just watched Gilmore Girls. Well, she said that I am Lorelai and she is Rory, and I've never felt cooler.
That's probably about right.
Right.
It's telling me about the fact that I got a facelift. That's not what I want to know.
Well, no, and then I don't think anybody watched it.
TV show.
I think it was bad. Just like Saved by the Bell, even though that's
1990, October 4th, 1990.
Even though Saved by the Bell is a sitcom and not a drama, they redid that on Peacock, and I watched a whole 2 episodes.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I've actually seen people compliment the new version of it, and I'm like, how? It's awful. Like, I realized, okay, I will say the first, version of it is overacted and everything, but it was for kids in the morning. So that makes sense.
I didn't think it was over.
It is at times.
I feel like no one goes through literally every teenage problem that there is in their lifetime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they dealt with marijuana, which probably every teenager does deal with that. They dealt with the caffeine pill, so they dealt with drugs twice.
Yes.
They dealt with the eating disorder.
Mm-hmm. My point is, I feel like the original did deal with a lot of it was a before its time kind of show.
Kind of like the Golden Girls.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like there were a couple things that stood out from that time.
That's another reason why I think that the spinoff probably wasn't as popular as it could have been, is because of,
it's been there, it's done that.
And cancel culture. Like, parents now, these poor kids, like when kids these days grow up to be an adult, I don't even want to be alive. Like, I don't want to be alive, because it's going to be really scary, because everybody gets a cookie.
It is. Yeah. We're in trophy
just feel
territory.
Like they're like, no, like, I don't know, to try to deal with things that they could use as learning experiences. No one kind of wants to touch, because they're going to do it wrong.
Right. Yeah. Well, a lot of these shows that we grew up watching, these teen dramas, as dramatically filled as they were, they definitely hit on a lot of different things that we were all, I feel like, going through at the time. So I think that's why a lot of us kind of grab hold to them and, enjoy them as much as we do. But, I know when I was feeling a little lonely, it was like I had some friends in my back pocket. So
I liked Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, you had a lot of friends.
I had a family.
You had a whole family.
A whole family.
Speaking of teen dramas, you have some teenagers.
I do.
Want to see?
And there was some drama in the 9th grade lunchroom the other day, and I get to hear all about it all the time.
Well, and I wanted to hear what maybe the latest drama may have been in the Davey household.
Well, Nathan likes it. Oh, I shouldn't use names. Not Nate.
It's too late.
Nathaniel.
Oh, that's that changes it.
He found a
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel likes a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't say her name. I said it wrong to him anyway, so it doesn't matter. But there was a girl he liked, and it's funny because
remember that time he told everybody that he was gay?
Yep.
Okay.
And then he wasn't. Then he was asexual.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude,
figure it out first.
You're
then
12.
Say something.
You're 12 and you've never had sex, so you probably shouldn't talk about your sexuality I don't even think you've had sex with yourself. I don't want to think about that. Ugh.
Remember,
Anyway.
but remember when we were in high school and it was like, you couldn't come out, and now he's just like, yeah, I'm gay. Just kidding.
Yeah, wasn't that kid in your grade who got stabbed in the woods with, no, he defended himself in the woods with a
I
stick?
don't remember that.
I
but
know his
that
name, but I don't want to say
sounds
it.
like
Anyway.
a clue game is what that sounds like.
It does, but it happened. And then he got expelled. I was still thinking about this the other day. 20 years later. I'm still pissed off
Still
over it.
irked.
Anyway, so he likes a girl. He was like, oh, so Nathan and Morgan are twins.
Yes.
And so they're in the same grade. Oh, actually, want to hear something really funny is they were sitting next to each other or something, talking to each other. And some other girl comes up and goes to Nathan, oh, I really ship this. I ship this. And Nathan goes, what?
Oh.
And he goes, that's my sister. She's like, oh, I thought you were dating. And he's like, nope, that's
No,
my sister.
just really good chemistry because we've been attached since, we were in the womb.
My sister.
So-
So he likes this girl. And then he's like, I don't know if she likes me. And he's like, but her phone wallpaper is a picture of me and her. And we're like, obviously she likes you. Like
Mhm.
no one wants to look at their phone of somebody they don't like.
It's true.
I think mine's my dog. Oh, nope, it's my kids. Oh, it's my kids.
Yeah, but
No,
it's Bathan and
it's Nathaniel.
Lorgan,
Um,
Dogan.
dig. Richard. Do you want to hear the sweetest thing that's made my heart like swell? Like the
yeah.
Grinch,
Okay.
like went from very tiny to very big. So I'm driving to work the other day. My phone rings. It's Nate. It's Nathaniel. And he goes, I'm the worst at this. He had practice and he went to the locker room and he changed and he took his phone and he stepped out of the locker room to call me and say that he got her number.
Oh.
He got her number and that he was going to text her, but he was going to wait until after practice so he didn't seem needy.
Oh man, he's playing the game
And then he
already.
was like, I don't even know what to say. And I was like, well, you're on a team. You're on a varsity team of boys. I'm sure you can find one to be like,
Yo, give me
what
some
do
of
I
your
say?
game.
And then later that night I texted him because he was at his dad's and I was like, oh, did you text her? And he was like, yeah, we played game pigeon together, which when I had COVID, that's what me and the kids would play back and forth. And it was just, I was so excited though. Like he called me
Yeah.
to tell me that he liked that he got a girl's number. I was like,
Well-
of all those people, you could have told you picked your mom, and now he sounds like a loser.
Oh,
That's
no,
okay.
he doesn't. Well, all right. Let's move away from the drama. Let's get to the boy bands here.
My
because
favorite.
I know this is your favorite. I have a list of them.
Oh my God, where's Bill?
Why?
Because Hanson's not on the list of boy bands.
Hanson is not a boy band.
Are they a band?
They don't dance.
They could.
No. Have you seen them dance? Because I have.
That why they were the Russian dolls.
That's actually probably why they're the Russian
Walking
dolls
around.
on Masked Singer. Hanson, Jonas Brothers, 5 Seconds of Summer. They are not boy bands.
Jonas Brothers aren't a boy band.
No, they write their own music and they play their instruments.
Did you hear Nick Jonas announce that they had a baby and they wanted to
Yes.
keep it private, but it was via surrogate. So like no one knew.
Of course, no one knew because.
So
there was-
why'd you announce it if you wanted to keep it private? You
Right.
made it public. Not
Exactly.
us.
You know why? Because they were able to sell pictures to People magazine. That's why. That's how it works. Yeah. People will buy anything. Anyway, so a boy band, let me give you the definition real quick. It is
Because I didn't know.
clearly, it is a group of, we'll say in this case, it's like 3 to 5 gentlemen
Okay.
who have harmonies built into their singing,
Yep.
groups. And they are probably factory made in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
That is the situation here.
Top 4.
You already have a top 4.
No, the top 4 of your list were factory made.
Um.
Well,
mm,
4 weren't they on a
Oh, that, I
reality
mean,
show?
yes, O-Town was on Making the Band. They were
Right,
formed
right.
on Making the Band. Here's the thing. I don't know 100% what to believe in any of the backgrounds of any of these boy bands because of the fake stories that were given to them that they had to distribute to all
That's
these teen
true.
magazines as they were starting. Mr. Lou Pearlman gave them all these backstories.
How many other parents do you think Lou Pearlman slept with the dads of?
Ooh, ew.
Didn't you just send me that article that Lou Pearlman
No.
had sexual relations with Jamie Lynn's or with Britney's dad? You didn't send me that?
No, that's not who that was talking about.
Who were they talking?
It was like the person that was one of her attorneys or overseeing something. It was a female that it was talking about, Lou something.
Where did you send that to me?
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
find it.
Anyway, so NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, O-Town, LFO, like all these boy bands initially, they have this story that we can go ahead and we can Google and we can find, but then we hear all this stuff about
what's the
Luke Brumman
truth?
these days, and I just
Is he alive still?
no, he died in
I
prison.
thought so.
So I don't really know what is legit there. I feel like he did kind of form them, and maybe it's like he found Justin kind of let him know about somebody else who then see,
One Lou is
Lou
not the
Taylor.
other.
No,
Lou.
no, that is a
Multiple
female.
Lou's.
Yeah, there you go. So out of this list, I mean, what do you think? If you're gonna give a top 5
Now or then?
now?
New Kids number 1. PSP number 2. NSYNC number 3. 98 Degrees, I guess, would be number 4. I don't think I really listened to Boys to Men were kind of okay. O-Town, okay. LFO, one hit wonder to me.
All right, so you got like a 3-way tie for 5th place.
Who is above Menudo?
The Monkees, because they were just a TV show.
Oh, I was like, the Monkees from like the 60s?
Yeah, but that's why I got Jackson 5 on there too. New Editions on there.
New Edition was Bobby Brown, right?
Yep.
Oh, Wesley.
And I guess if you think about it too, like Belle Biv DeVoe could probably be on that list.
Was he a single person though?
No, Belle Biv DeVoe was 3 people. I think 3 or 4.
Belle Biv and DeVoe?
Probably, yeah.
Oh. Another thing I didn't know. I think I actually saw them at a summer jam or something once.
Maybe. I will say this, there are many other like very small boy bands that could be
Like,
added to
I
this,
just
but-
want it also to be known that Darcy's gonna kill me. I would not have always put New Kids first, but I saw that I've seen them now more times in concert than I've seen anybody else on that list. And the show I feel that they put on
Oh, they put on an amazing show.
is like such an
Yeah.
like take all of my money and keep taking your clothes off under the stage.
There you go.
I sound like I'm into naked men.
Yeah,
That's like my
shocker.
third reference.
It's shocking. So mine, I mean, NSYNC is number 1. And honestly, if they don't reunite ever, I'm going to single-handedly seek out Justin Timberlake and just
Do you think it's him?
ask him
I
why.
don't think it's him.
I think it's him.
I don't
Who
think
do you
it's
think
him.
it is?
I think it's JC.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Why?
I think he feels slighted because I think, and this is just my opinion, please don't come for me. I think vocally, like vocal talent wise, I think he is better than Justin.
Depends
I
on the
think-
type of music, I think.
I think marketability, Justin was hands down the easiest one that was marketable out of that whole group.
Mhm.
I think JC, being a little bit older, probably wanted things done more his way, where Justin was fine with taking like going where he was led to and then rebranding later.
Maybe.
Where JC, I think, knew what he wanted from the get-go
And is that
and
why
wanted that out the gate.
his debut album was just meh?
Well, probably.
And why he didn't
I
get a
think
second?
right. I think
Yeah.
if he went
Yeah.
where he was led to and got the solo fan base.
Yeah. Well, and you know what though? Like, I think the thing is like both of them wanted to take this giant step away from what people knew them for to really like branch out completely on their own. And I think that see, this is the thing. This is where Britney comes back around, because I think that the Britney power had a little hold on Justin Timberlake's solo career to begin it. And because I mean, you think about it, a lot of those songs on
What
there
was
about
his
her,
debut release as a solo
Like I Love
artist?
You. And then it turned into Cry Me a River.
Mhm.
Like I Love You, Cry Me a River. Boom.
So I
star
thought
power.
it was Cry Me a River, which
Yeah, no.
leads me to believe that you are correct. Where
Yeah.
how many people really paid attention to that first one, but when Cry Me a
I
River
did.
came out, we were all over it.
Yeah, but I loved
With the Britney, the
Dun,
Britney impersonator.
Yeah, right, in the video. But yeah, not many people paid attention to JC. But honestly, his single, if I put it on right now, it works. But then I think it was ahead of its time. I keep saying
I
that.
also think he
but-
has a wishy-washy, not a wishy-washy, but I think that his aura is not the warm and fuzziest.
Yeah, maybe. So NSYNC is my top. I would probably, this is where it gets difficult. I might put like Jackson 5 second, to be honest. Then go Backstreet, O-Town, New Kids. I think that would be my way of rounding out my top 5.
I think I follow most of Backstreet, not Kevin. On
The socials.
on Insta, but I don't know why I don't follow Kevin. I have nothing against him.
Well, he did leave the group at one point, so
He's kind of boring.
yeah,
It's very boring.
which is why he wasn't really all that missed.
So, but I think I follow the rest of them. But Howie, why did I think for 20 years, and by 20 years, I mean until like 4 months ago,
That he was gay.
yes,
Yeah, he would have been the one out of that group that I thought.
100%. But then I
No.
saw a post or something of him with his wife and kids, and I was like, wait,
Mm.
what?
He has a beard. That's all.
I thought he was he
Even
was like
gay guys
out.
can have kids.
No, I thought he was like, and a wife. Oh, I mean, I think Elton was married a few times,
Probably.
or at least once.
I mean, come on. It's Hollywood. And again, it was hard to come out back in the 90s or even the early 2000s.
That is true.
So it's not like
JoJo
again,
Siwa paving the way over
again,
here.
not like your son who's just like, yep, I'm gay. Oh, just
No,
kidding.
not.
Just kidding.
Then he gets mad when people
Mm.
bring it up.
Well, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have put it all over.
well,
social, you know?
Nathaniel.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's
I'm
gonna
hang
do
now. Sorry, had to go for it.
it. You do what you gotta do, girl. So all right. Well, to wrap
Gotta
this
go to
up,
Target.
yeah, you got to go to Target. You've got to see if that is actually up there.
I'm gonna.
And you can let me know about that.
I'll send it to you. And you can add it.
Yeah, I will. But we are going to have another episode of Hello from Mars coming up here in just a couple weeks. So get ready. I don't know what's to come, and neither do you. So
Neither do we.
we'll find out. It's going to be awesome.
Maybe COVID will be over.
I don't think that's going to be the case, but we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Oh, hey. Update alert. After the episode was filmed, Jessica did go to Target, and now we do know this was not just a one state, one city kind of situation. Jamie Lynn Spears' book was definitely originally titled I Must Confess, and you can see that right here in this picture. This is yet another Target where it has popped up. That's not a coincidence. That's a legit situation. So sorry, Jamie Lynn Spears. We now have caught you in a lie, even if your book is at the top of the charts, making money off your sister. How's that feel, by the way?